Hi everyone, Jaffe here, and welcome back to Around the World in Many Days. Today's episode is number 19, and it's titled Layers Upon Layers. We are slowly but surely catching up to the latest puzzle here. We are now covering episode 19, and the latest puzzle posted so far is number 20. So only one more to go, and we are back on track, so to speak. Let's look at what we have this time. So, as always, reading the preamble. Dear Puzzling, this time I have a Suraromu puzzle for you. The grid contains 7 gates marked by dotted lines. Draw one continuous loop through unshaded cells, which passes through every gate exactly once. The loop must pass through the center of any cell it enters, and must enter and leave any such cell horizontally or vertically through the edges. So basically, horizontal and vertical movement alone, we can't do any uh, diagonal stuff here. But that's basically what we've had in every loop puzzle so far. So let's see. The loop can't cross itself or branch out, and it starts and enters at the cell containing the circled number 7. Some gates are numbered. This number indicates the position of that gate in the entire loop in one direction. For example, if a gate has the number 2, it has to be the second gate visited by the loop. The direction in which the loop is traversed can be either clockwise or anti-clockwise, but all gates must be numbered according to the same direction. Okay, so we are going to start with that, and after that we have also a crossword with these black numbers and some crossword clues at the bottom, but let's read what we are looking for first. Today I am visiting a destination where I have to wear a few layers more than in my previous stops. I have to say the mountain views here are spectacular. I can by no means cover the entire place on one visit, as it is a huge area, albeit unfortunately diminishing year by year because of us humans. Can you guess where I am? Love, Gladys. Okay, so we are looking for some place in the mountains. And we are going to start with the Suraromu now. So making a loop here, which passes through all these gates, and they have to be in order. Some are marked with these numbers and some aren't. And the loop starts and ends at this 7. That's 7 just because there are 7 gates here. So let's see how we start solving this. Well, since we know we have to pass through every gate, in some cases there's only one option. For example, here this must be part of the loop because there's no other way to pass through this gate. And since there's no way to turn, we can actually go all the way here with this one. And here it has 2 options. And this also has 2 options. And this also must be one segment of the loop because again no other option of going through this, and this 6 also must be passed through here. And now once we have the 6 here, that gives us a few more limitations. So without any of these lines in the grid, the 2 could be crossed in 2 ways, this or this, and the 3 in 3 different ways. Well, now this is illegal, crossing the 2 like this and joining the 6, because these have to be numbered. So after 2 we have to have a 3, and after 6 we have to have a 7. So either way we go through this, that's going to be illegal. So in fact 2 is not going to be crossed like this, it has to be crossed like this. What else do we do? Can we cross this gate here? And it's pretty clear we can't, because this has to be either the first or the 7th gate if it's going to join this starting and ending point. So 2, 7 or 7, 2 or 1, 2. Oh, sorry, actually 1, 2 works. No, yeah, 1, 2 works. So this could be a possibility. This being the first and this being the second. Actually, yeah, that works. This also works. this being 6th, 7th, and then joining here. So both of those actually work. Let's see what this part of the loop must do after crossing this 2. So it has to go to the 3 or the 1. Now the 3 is here, so it could go down, something like this. Or, I mean, if it goes to the 3, this is the only option. But it could also go to the 1. So it could come from here and then cross the 1 and then the 2. So those are both still possible. What about this 3? So this 3, from one direction, it's going to go towards the 4. And from one direction, it's going to go towards the 2. So if we cross the 3 like this, obviously we can't cross the 3 like this for the same reason we can't cross the 2 here, because 3, 6 is not, they're not adjacent numbers, so they can never be next to each other in the order we cross these gates. So it's going to be this or this. So if we cross the 3 like this, what does that mean? That means that one of these ends is going to, the next gate it's going to go through is going to be this 2. Well, this part cannot reach the 2, because if it goes this way, it's going into the 6. If it goes this way, it's going into this. This part can also not reach the 2 without crossing this gate here. It can't go through the 3 again, and this would then be the 2. So this cannot reach the 2 in any way. The only remaining option is this. So crossing the 3 in this direction. So the 2 would then be connected here, and this would then be the 4. So it would go at least here. It could go here as well, but at least here. Now then we know this is the 3, this is the 4, and this is the 2. Now where can this end go? If it goes here, that's a dead end. It can't go nowhere. So the only option is joining this 2, meaning this now becomes 1. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have to join this to this 7 without going through any of the gates, and there's only one way to do that. Now we cannot cross this gate in this way because this cell is already taken. So we have to go through here, and this would then be the 7, 6, 7, and then we join this endpoint here. Now this end only has one way to go, here. And again, this is a dead end. There's no way to go here. It has to go down and here. It can't join itself because we're making one continuous loop. So it has to go down. And so let's see. We have, this was the 1, 2, 3. This is the 4. So we're joining, we can't go there. This would just leave this hanging here. So we have to go to the left. Then this was the 4. This was the 5. And this was the 6th and the 7th. So that's the correct loop here. And we are going to come back to the loop once we look at the crossword. So let's scroll down to find the crossword clues then. So here they are. So we have standard clues this time, not cryptic. And we have this grid here. So let's start with this and then try to figure out where we are after that. So number 1 across, always a good place to start. The first name of 2 of a king's 6 wives. And here you must know a king who had 6 wives and the names of them. So probably the most famous one, and I'm sure there have been other kings who had 6 wives, but Henry VIII was very famous for that, and his wives were, one was Jane, three were Catherine for some reason, and two were Anne. And Anne is the name of the two then. And so we're going to use these crossing letters now. One down, a European capital is named after her. So a woman who gave her name to a European capital, and her name starts with A. Not many options here. It's going to be Athena. Obviously, Athens, named after Athena. So that's the answer there. Then we have two down. Let's see that. Fictional submarine captain is a submarine captain from a book, and his name was Nemo, Captain Nemo. Then let's look at 6. We have two letters for this 6. So 6 across. Public show of respect. A homage is a public show of respect. And that gives us a G for this 3. But maybe let's do this 11 first, since we have a starting letter here. So the back of the neck, 4 letters starting with N. A word for the back of your neck, that would be nape. N-A-P-E. Now then, should we go into this corner or this one? Let's do this 3 down first. Power, strength. A synonym for those words might be something I just said, which is might. Might means power or strength. And that gives us a couple of starting letters. This 3 across, a hybrid animal. It's an animal that's a hybrid of 2 species. One of them is mule. And let's see. 10 across, Hawaiian dance. 4 letters starting with H will be the dance of hula. Then we have first 2 letters for this 4 down. Let's see. City near the French-Belgian border. And this is going to be on the French side of that border, and that's the city of Lille, spelled like this. And now we have all that we need, or maybe all that we are ever going to get for this 5 across. So we should be able to do this as well, even though these aren't the most useful letters. So language branch that includes Arabic and Hebrew, and those are part of the Semitic branch. Semitic is going to be the answer here. Now let's look at this corner then. So 8 down, second letter is A. Sub-Saharan African currency. And I'm going to skip that because there are a lot of currencies in Africa. So maybe we can do with these extra crossing letters. It's not a unique answer. How about 9 down? High-ranking faculty members. Someone who is a high-ranking school official is a dean. One type of high-ranking faculty member. Deans, plural, is the answer there. Then let's look at 15s, ending in S. So prominent bodily feature of King Midas. Now, this was the guy who could turn anything into gold. And the story is that his ears were turned into donkey ears. So ears would be the prominent feature in his body. Then can we do 14? Stigmatized Catholic friar. Now, I'm sure there were more than one famously stigmatized people. One of them is Saint Francis, which fits here. And he was a friar. which gives us R for this currency. So we should be able to do this now without finding any wrong answers that fit in the grid. So that was sub-Saharan African currency, and that's going to be the currency of Nigeria, which is the Naira. Not many currencies ending in this RA. So now we only have this corner left. So let's start with 13. She was turned into a tree. And this is another sort of mythology reference here. Is it the third one here? This is going to be the name Daphne, who was turned into a tree to like escape the advances of Apollo, I think. So Daphne. That said, like the Greek mythology is full of people being turned into something else. So maybe there's another word, another name that has this A here. Maybe. Or maybe we could have also done these first. But Daphne is going to be the answer to this one. Let's look at 12 down. Political party official with HI in the middle. It's going to be the word whip or whip if you are Frank Underwood. Whip is a type of party official, both in the UK and in the US, and I guess in other countries as well. But those are the ones I know. 16 is Dutch retailer chain. 4 letters with P as the second letter is going to be Spar. And we have one more to go. 7 down, rush headlong, which fits these letters. To career is to rush headlong. And that is the answer to the crossword. So nothing tricky this time. And we should be able to now find where in the mountains we are when we look at these together. Again, no hints from the description, I think. Yeah, no indication of what we are supposed to be looking for. But if we look at these I mean, obviously you can look at several things here. I'm not going to go through all the wrong ones, but it might take some trial and error to see what makes actual words. But the correct way is to look at these empty cells. So if we highlight all the empty cells here, cells that were not visited, were not walls and were not visited by this loop. So that's this tetromino here. Then we have these 3 in the corner. Then we have this here, which is a gate but not visited. So that's 4 empties here. So this one, and then we have this second to last here. And then we have this corner, and then we have the third, and then the 2 here. I think that's all of the empty ones. And if we look at what that now spells, that's so that's ALETSCH, and that's Alech, GLACIER, glacier. So it's Alech Glacier. And we can look up where on earth that is. It's the wrong one. Here we are. So Alech Glacier in the Swiss Alps. Largest glacier in the Alps, and that's the destination, the map as well. So here we are in Switzerland this time. And let's look at the map then. Where are we? Here. So that's Slovakia, that's not where we are. Last time we were in Austria, before that in Denmark, And now we are here in Switzerland. So Swiss Alps, and here's the entire trip so far in all its glory. So we have done this little excursion there, and now we're sort of coming back this way. And we are in Switzerland, Aletsch Glacier. So that's the solution to number 19. So this one wasn't, I think, not so tricky as a few of the previous ones. Episode 20 will be called, do I have to look it up? Let's just see, so I don't say the wrong one. Singles, doubles, triples. And that's going to be a Kurodoko puzzle, and so another new type of grid puzzle, and also a crossword. So a cryptic crossword with a sort of possibility of putting multiple letters into a single cell. So sort of variant crossword that time. So I will see you for episode 20 next time. And for this one, thanks for watching.